All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the opening night, season 3, summertime hot invitational tournament. We took a little bit of a break, but we're back. This month, this tournament, we're featuring Panic Restaurant, sticking with the Nintendo theme, but abandoning the old TV show theme. We don't have any good productions, opening bits, or anything for you. We just have this game in all of its. It's a game, and we're going to play it, and you'll see how much fun it is. Very shortly, the runners are on the way. TheAlanHeffley and Puke7. You might be thinking, wait a second. I don't exactly remember these guys from last time. Well, that's because we opened up the tournament to a new format. Let me give you a little bit more game audio here. We are a 16-person tournament now. The format that you remember that was 8 players divided into 4 groups, 2 groups of 4, that remains the same. The only difference being that there's 2 of them now. There's the Upper Decker, which are the 8 original members that you remember from the last 2 seasons, and there's 8 newbies. They make up the cesspool, the septic tank, the lower bowl, whatever you want to call it. And they are playing the same format as we are, but we're not crossing over between the 2. And in the coming minutes and between the 5 games today that we have, the 5 races, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. First stage is over. It is the appetizer on the menu in the garden stage. Both players take down Popcorn Pete without losing a life and move on. Little nuances to this game. There are heart containers. There are mini games. There are coins you can collect to play a slot machine at the end of the level. But basically, those mini games and the slot machines are not important. You just want to keep moving, go as fast as you can. They can slow you down. Now, the benefits of it are you can gain heart containers, refill your health, get some extra lives. But it's at a huge cost to your time. And here we are in the soup stage. It's being served in the dining room today. It's that ladder by Alan right there that goes up. That goes into like a fish catching mini game. And it's basically worthless. It's worth points, but it's arbitrary points. This is the whose line is it anyway style format. Points don't really matter. Although the winner of the match can come on commentary and do the post-game interview in the style of his choosing. Puke takes a death there, gets hit with the electricity apple core combo. Alan also gets hit with the apple. Apples are probably the first jerk enemy you're going to find in this game. Very quick to explode, and you have to be in the right area to either avoid it or to knock the slices back in the opposite direction. Puke takes another hit there, trying to jump over a pizza. The lore of the game is all the food has received the X gene, and they're now mutants. And there's this dude called Odove who's doing something. He wants to take your restaurant or something. I don't know. It's a really dumb game. You get some power-ups in the game, though. The candy will refill your health, or at least one heart. Puke then dies again. A candy will refill 1 health. The lollipop will refill your health and give you an extra heart container, maximum 4. You start with 2. Chef's hat, well, they're extra lives. The spoon right there that Alan picked up is range. You start with a frying pan, and it goes from a top-down motion. The spoon kind of swipes. And here's the boss of the dining room, Microwave Mick. Yes, the enemies do have names. And the microwave door opens, and Alan gets, well, gets a cock to the face, basically, is what that was. Each of the boss has a quick kill that you can do depending on what weapon you have and where you're standing and stuff like that. And most of these players will utilize it, and by the time the tournament's over, we'll become experts where to stand. Stage 2 is over for Alan. Alan has a little bit of a lead here. Puke had died a few times. Alan's death was at the boss, so it's a little bit easier. You restart from any checkpoint once you die, unless you game over. Then you start at the beginning of the level and lose all your heart containers. But if you die, you start at the nearest checkpoint, which is basically every door you enter is a checkpoint. Second of the weapons I want to talk about is the frisbee, the dish, the plates that Alan has. They're projectile with gravity, so it makes hitting enemies on a lower level terrain harder. When you get hit, you lose your weapon, though, and you go back to the starting frying pan. Puke has a good fight there on Microwave Mick, and he'll be heading to the third area. Third area is the salad course in the kitchen. Alan just passed up the fork right there. The fork is the worst item to grab in the game. It gives you a pogo effect, where it's like a Zelda 2 downstab. You can kill enemies, but you have to be so precise that you often jump into the side of them. Because it's a pogo stick, you're automatically jumping. Like that stage in Wacky Races on the clouds. And you have to time it so perfectly that if you're trying to do the level as fast as you can, it doesn't time up well with you moving. And you have to stop and adjust yourself, and it's just awful. So just don't take it. Alright, apple cores are bad. Toasters are worse. 2 slices of toast pops out. And there doesn't really seem to be a tell to it other than time-based. And one of the nuances of this game, or the annoyances... Well, Alan right there, let's talk about that. Alan right there on that little blue block he just fell down to. This is one of the areas in the game where you can save a little bit of time by taking a damage boost. Get hit by a piece of toast and you can just pop up to that second platform. But Alan opts to skip it and just go for a second attempt. I was lining up something to talk about, but, you know, we'll forget about that. Oh, there it is. Puke7 just did the skip. Nicely done. So this game is being featured in the Big 20 event, where players have 1 month to learn 20 games and complete certain objectives and goals in them, ranging from beat the game to beat this stage to obtain this item kind of goals. Panic Restaurant is part of that. Alan's at the third boss here, Willy the Wok, or Willy Wok. Get a quick kill on top, and he'll never jump down to the bottom. And Alan does just that. And he's going to be on his way to the 4th stage, the fish course, in the courtyard. Because where else would you enjoy fish? Puke has the spoon, but doesn't get the iframes in time and gets hit and loses it. But he gets a quick kill anyway. And he's right behind Alan. This is my least favorite stage in the game. These skewers, I don't know how to dodge them, and often I will die here and stop the game. I've never made it past this part. Because I hate this game and I hate this stage. Oh, and if I haven't mentioned lately, BGT is awful at this game as well. Just want to throw that out there. I'm allowed to say that, though, because I'm his friend. So we're synced up here. We got a virtual dine and dash. I don't even know what to call it. Puke takes his first lead pretty much of the game. And they both head over to the rooftops of the courtyard. Because when I'm fighting mutant food in my kitchen, I love to take the fight onto the roof. Alan's a little bit careful with the thunderbolts. Puke7 knows when he can move and not move. So in talking about the Big 20, Puke7 is one of those guys who's going to be playing it. and in thus was training for this game and practicing this game before he got his invite into the tournament. Alan's going to go for the refill there. He had maximum heart containers, but it's, again, the lollipop also works as refilling all your health. Puke has to do a little bit of a buffer there, a little pause, a little stutter. Oh no, Alan takes the fork. Wonder if that was by design or not. Let's see if he tries to get rid of it. Well, he gets hit, so you lose it anyway. You can see what I mean about how it's awful. Oh, the pots. The pot. You put up the pot on your head, you spin around for a while, and before the pot disappears for whatever reason, you're invulnerable. Consider it like a star in Super Mario Brothers. You're not immune to the spikes there, though, so that chef hat 1-up above those Ginsu knives, it's, yeah, you're going to find a few misplaced 1-ups in this game, extra lives, that you're only going to fall to your death if you try to take them. Puke's on the boss here. Patty O'Burger. Yep, Alan takes a trust fall into a bunch of knives as Puke moves on to stage 5 here. So a couple early deaths for Puke, but a couple good boss fights, and late deaths for Alan vaults Puke into the lead. Now we're on, now follow me here. We're on to the 5th course. It's the meat course. And it's in the freezer. Just, it almost seems like I'm making this stuff up. Alan lands on the table and makes it to Patio Burger. No, he does not. I'm sorry. There's one more stage, one more checkpoint first. I told you I did not complete this level yet. Yeah, the ice level is not fun. From what I heard, there's Patio Burger. Nice duck there. Gets a couple swings in. Jumps into him. That's fine. Just be careful. Avoid the bun drop. Jump into him again for consistency. And there you go, out. Oh, so Puke does a big running jump there. I've never seen anybody do that before, and I've watched a bunch of people play this game that are in this tournament. I believe that's the first time I've seen the running jump. Normally people go slow there. Let's see if he takes the plate, if he's a plate guy or if he's not. He's not a plate guy. He will grab a piece of candy, though. I did not see how Puke handled the fork in the beginning of this menu, though, because I was watching Alan. But that fork is in an awkward place. It almost seems like it forces you to take it. Yeah, that's one of the things about this game and Wacky Races, and actually roller games, any of the games we played so far, is you can save a lot of time just getting the quick kill on the boss. He did take the fork? Okay, thank you. Get the quick kill on the boss, and you can save yourself some time where in regular navigation of the levels, any mistake, you can probably mitigate that. As long as your boss fights are solid, you just got to get to him. And Puke misses the jump there. And he'll have to start over at the beginning of this checkpoint. So Alan has 2 lives left. Puke has 3 lives left. I don't know what the conditions are for extra lives in terms of score. I tried to research that, but the manual didn't say it, and I couldn't find it online. So Puke grabs this spoon, and now he's at the sexy ice cream. The frozen Fritta. Frozen Fritta is her name, yeah. Sexy Ice Cream is what we call her. And that's stage 5 down for Puke. Slot machine time. Nope, he's not going to do it. All right, dessert time. So what better place to eat a dessert? No, not your freezer, but in the basement. Remember, we eat the meat course in the freezer. We eat the dessert course in the basement. And what's a dessert course if not, you know, pumpkins and french fries? And pancakes on a stick. That's what the menu's serving up today. This is one hell of a restaurant. Puke spins his way through half of this checkpoint. That's a tough jump right there. Puke handles it. I've seen a lot of people die on that one jump. There's like several in watching other people play. You are right. Pumpkins can make good desserts, but the fries, I don't buy into the dipping fries into milkshakes thing. So you can't convince me that that's dessert. That's like pineapple on pie. It's, you know, whatever. We have an appearance of a waterfall in a basement with fish as fries shoot at you. So the fish did not make their appearance in the fish level. As we have a sexy ice cream fight going on. No, we saved the fish for the dessert course. All right, sexy ice cream downs Alan, or melts Alan, I guess we should say, if we're going to start doing puns for this game. And he's on his last life. And this is devastating because if he gets wamboozled here, he goes back to the beginning of the meat level and goes back down to 2 hearts. And there it is. Alan gets wamboozled. Chef Boyard Douche has to go all the way back to the beginning. I feel like it's unlimited continues, else BGT would have complained about that. And he goes back to the beginning of the meat level in the freezer. Never going to let that go. Wow, he gets hit by Mr. Softy ice cream cone into death nail trap combo. And he's going to start over again. Meanwhile, Puke, this is where I believe he died the first time. And again, he did the same combo. Fry to the face into the moving up and down spears for no reason. Combo. Just like Wacky Races, this game was late in the life cycle of the Nintendo. In fact, the Super Nintendo may have been out already. I don't know what it was like in Japan when it was released and how much time they had to port it over, or how their version is for the Famicom. But it plays like a game that was released really late in the life of the Nintendo life cycle. It's not unplayable in terms of the controls, but it's feels a little awkward. And maybe that's because of emulation. This cart goes for $6 million on eBay. And there's only one person I know that has it, and ask him about it because he likes to talk to it. Puke finishes the basement level, and here's the boss of the basement level, the boss of the game, Odove. Garizzi has the right idea. You don't put fruits or vegetables on food. That's just disgusting. And we got a little boss fight here. A little, I don't know. It's almost like a mini game in itself. It plays differently than the rest of the game. You throw water balloons at a balloon. I guess they're eggs. At a balloon while you ride a hoverboard. It makes sense. Like those who aren't in the restaurant business or did not go to culinary school, you don't really have an idea on how this works. But Puke7 does, and Puke7 is our first SHIT Season 3 winner of the opening match in a time of 18 minutes and 44 seconds. Alan's going to continue his way through the meat area of the freezer. Of course, for me to interview him, I've got to actually be in the Discord channel. That's my bad. This is Group D of the tournament, the second group in the lower bowl, Cesspool. And forgive me for not knowing it. Digshake came up with some good names for it.
Hello?
But hello! How are you?
Am I not hearing anything?
How about now?
I'm not hearing anything.
Well, I'll continue to talk then and interrupt me when you do hear me. He is in the lower bowl here. Group D. I believe maybe he called this the dessert or the fish group. I'll gotta get the real terminology here. Digshake put a hell of a job in the pregame show. Puke is now 1-0. Alan is 0-1. Random Effect and Jackamus are the other two in their group. And can you hear me now?
What?
Hello.
Yeah, I just closed it. Don't know what I'm doing, guys. It's all right.
All right, we're going to try to come back to Puke. Puke, if you can hear me, just like throw up an X or something in IRC, and I can, well, it looks like he's going to try to restart. Alan's going to make his way to through this level. He's now in the basement. I missed the sexy ice cream fight. Let me just relay a message over to Puke. All right, let me put on Alan's audio once again. Opening day jitters here, both for the restreamer and for the racers. This is Puke's first tournament, first race actually on SRL. So if I was him, I would retire. Perfect 1-0 record. See, Alan took a different path through that level. I wonder if that has to do with lag reduction. Again, Puke is playing this for... Hold on one second, Puke. I got you kind of muted. Hello. That was my fault. Puke joined me again, and I had his volume lowered. We'll try it again. I mean, we're not going to reach Coach Crab levels of... Hello.
I can hear you on the stream, but I can't hear you in Discord.
You can't hear me now?
I mean, we're not going to reach Coach Crab levels of... Hello. I can hear you on the stream, but I can't hear you in Discord.
I got my volume through... He's got my volume through his volume, so I can't really...
Yeah, I can only hear the stream. Hold on, I'm going to play with my settings.
All right, so I'm going to mute him again. Make sure you check the next race. 9 o'clock Eastern time. It's JSR 2 Gamers with the little mini Craigasm pyramid there. Nicely done. Versus the Sarge, Rose City Saint. There's going to be no Death Mountain here in this game, so Rose City Saint might be able to sneak a victory out. So what I was going to say before about when Alan was using the pot and took a different line than Puke did when he went through there is Puke is learning this for Big 20. There might be some collaboration going on as far as sharing knowledge between those runners. And one of those things might be lag reduction. Puke, let's try this one more time. Hello.
Ow.
Am I loud?
Ow. Voice output device. Where's the tests? Make sounds. Make sounds so I know.
I'm making sounds, man. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to the tutorial, but you're on a delay, so it's kind of
so
screwing
sorry,
up.
Larry.
Oh, yeah.
Discord is just not producing any sound. So, I don't know. You can't talk to me. I can only talk to you.
Well, all right.
Pretty lame.
Well, when you hear this, just start talking about your run. Wait for that delay. All right. Well, Alan has quit the race, and I can't say I blame him. It's a very frustrating game to play. You either can beat it and do really well at it, or it takes a while to beat because of frustration, quitting, and stuff like that. So he hangs it up. Puke already won. He's 1-0. Alan is going to be 0-1. Coming up next will be JSR versus the Sarge, Rose City Saint. And that's going to be happening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on this channel. But if you do want to get more information, and we'll get some stuff. It might be my issue on Discord, so I'm actually going to restart Discord in between this race. He might be fine. It might be my issue. Discord likes to do that if you leave it open for a long period of time. If you want more information on this, challenge.com, challenge with an O, CHALLONGE.com/SHIT03. That's with a 0. And you can get the schedule, the results, information, and all that good stuff. But we'll be back in about 30 minutes for JSR versus Rose City Saint. Oh, this race isn't even happening yet, and I'm already hysterical from laughter. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to race 2 of the opening night of the seasonal hardcore, no, I'm sorry, summertime hot invitational tournament. Let me give these idiots the go-ahead. It's JSR versus Rose City Saint here in match number 2. This is in the Group C bracket. Group C is Rose City Saint, JSR, Ryan7, and Nerm. JSR is getting a head start here. He's going to just take off from where he paused the game. But just joking, he's not ready yet. I don't know why I found that so funny, but it was pretty funny. Because I didn't get it at first. All right, give him the go-ahead. You missed the earlier race. I won't spoil it for you. Somebody won, somebody lost. And you can check out the video on demand. They are almost all set to go. This game is a game. It was made late in the Nintendo's life cycle. And, yeah, it plays like one, too. If anybody has any extra money, it probably goes upwards of $600 to $1,000 on eBay. And, yeah, sure, absolutely. I'm joined by Buzz Thunder here in a second. I'm going to get JSR's audio up. I was laughing so hard before that I even forgot he told me that he has audio only. Hopefully that's a good mixture. We're in the first level here. It's the appetizer course. You always eat your appetizers in the garden. Bunch of angry hot dogs and carrots. It's a metaphor or euphemism or what have you. What is that term called? I don't know what it is, but here's our first boss, Popcorn Pete. JSR is going to see if he can beat him in a jiffy, and he does. And Rose City Saint is also quickly follows there. And they're both going to be off to stage number 2 here. 6 total stages in all. We're in stage 2 right now. It is the soup course. It's being served in the dining room today. Of course, every soup course is filled with pizza and flan, or whatever that is. Game makes a lot of sense in its logic in terms of enemies, enemy types, the menu names of the levels, and where exactly the stage takes place. JSR takes a death here early. This means Rose City Saint is not going to take the lead. He's just a little bit behind. But that was the most exciting thing to happen so far in this tournament. JSR misses the elevator. Rose City Saint misses it as well. Takes the jumping approach to climbing the elevator. Hello.
Hey, Larry, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? There's a Discord issue today. Let me see if I can take your thing down. So I didn't know if you were going to be able to hear me.
I can hear you okay.
All right, nice. Yeah, we're on stage 2 here.
Yeah, stage 2 is it's always a fun one. There's a lot of apples that will smack you in the top of the head, just like what we saw happen to Rose City. I'm still not entirely sure how they work.
Neither was Newton, obviously, and I don't know if that's a pun or not, but it certainly is a meme. And we're gonna post plenty of pictures of Newton and apples later on Twitter. It's at dig_dream. I forget what it is. Dreams dig, something like that.
Yeah. Dreams dig.
We do need a pun here. Not a pun. We do need something to come up with, and I forgot what it was called. What the term, what the situation was that called for it, but maybe it'll happen again.
Yeah, there's no. I was gonna write out a list of puns before I did something like this, but this kind of caught me by surprise. So I'll try to. I'll see if I can get my fill of puns by the end of this. Get my appetite satisfied.
Microwave Mick. Do you know these bosses have names?
No, I read the instruction manual, but I don't remember them having names.
It's in the instruction manual as like a, oh, by the way, in a paragraph. It doesn't like spell it out. It doesn't show a picture of them. It's just like, here are the bosses, and it just names them. And
Oh, wow.
the microwave is Microwave Mick. The popcorn guy is Popcorn Pete.
Okay, so they all alliterative monikers?
No, but they're probably, well, no, because it's Patty O'Burger is the only one that's not, but the other ones are.
Oh, well, that's not bad though, patio burger.
The
So it's a female burger.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess Patty is universal.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that could be a male name.
Frozen Fritta is sexy ice cream.
Yeah, I'm convinced that that's just a drag ice cream, but that's just my theory.
Well, we'll discuss that possibility as soon as we get there. Did you know that in the menu, obviously you know this because you played the game longer than I have.
Yeah, a little bit.
It spells out all the all the courses as like the stage names.
Yes, it does do that.
But there's actually really stage names, and this is the salad course, and it's being served in the kitchen.
Okay.
And it gets pretty good later on as Rose City Saint takes a death there to one of the burners on the ground. Hey, let's talk a little bit about the game here. What's the strategy here going forward in the kitchen?
Kitchen is a tricky level. The toasters, which you see JSR, J2SR. I don't even know the right order. I typed it in wrong.
You can say it any way you want.
JSR, you see him facing the toasters here. Those are one of the trickier enemies because they'll just spit out those pieces of bread, which are disproportionately small. But again, we're not going to say anything bad about the production values of this game, are we?
Well, I don't know if it's disproportionately small because it's like the size of his head. And I don't know if I could find a piece of bread that's the size of my head. Maybe like a Wonder Giant loaf or something, maybe?
Well, I was thinking about the size of the toaster because it's almost like it's like a quarter of that length of the toaster burner, so it just doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, it's the same argument. 50,000 points, by the way, is a free guy. I don't know if that's like every 25,000, every 10,000, or every 50,000.
I know that you get it after the first level, but I never really pay attention to exactly what the numbers are.
So JSR passed it up before. Rose City Saints at it right now. He's going to go for the skip, and he doesn't get it. There's a little bit of a damage boost you can do on that platform.
Yeah, that's one of the many speedrunning tricks in this game. Well, I guess one of the few. Yeah, Rose missed it, and then, like I said, gets hit by those pesky bouncing pieces of bread.
Yeah, probably my second.
Apparently they have eyes on them. I never really noticed that, but I mean, all the food has eyes, so why wouldn't they put it on the little pieces of bread?
It could be like the elements inside the toaster, just singeing that piece of toast that way, in a little bit of pattern. It doesn't need to be eyes. You put.
Yeah, that could just be the red wires in there. Yeah.
I mean, we can discuss this. I mean, we can just log on to kwtf.net and Buzz and I talk toasters every Sunday at 9 a.m.
I really do think we should have a show like that, a variety show.
I mean, listen, talking toasters for an hour sounds like fantastic. Somebody would email Digshake and complain, though. For sure. We're in the fourth stage here for JSR. And this is a fast run. Sorry to step on you, Larry, there, but I was just saying there's not really a lot of time to discuss and things like that. Things just happen so quickly in this game if you have players that are actually going to be advancing through levels at the rate that both of these players are. Yeah, it's one of those things where roller games was like this, where we're like, man, how the hell is everyone going to finish this in some sort of manageable time? And then, like, a week into practice, everyone's beating it in 16 to 20 minutes anyway. And it seems like this game's like that.
Yeah, but again, that was intentional when I nominated this. It was the same kind of thing with that. It's just, I think that fits the format perfectly. Yeah, I mean, initially everybody hates it, say, I don't like this game, it's garbage. Then they do a little bit of safe state practice, and everybody can beat it in under 20 minutes usually. Yeah,
even if you're BGT and Joshy D, you can do that.
Have they completed it?
I believe BGT has completed it and knocked down his time. By the way, the boss of Stage 3, Rose City Saint, just completed it. Willy Walk.
Willy Walk. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Willy? That's so bad.
Yeah, we can have a lot of fun with this game.
I'm convinced that you made all these names up, Larry.
I may or may not have, but you'll never know.
Okay, so we have Patio Burger here for JSR. One of the trickier bosses, if you don't get the early hits on him, bounces around, throws his buns at you. But it looks like he's doing okay. He missed the first 2 initial hits, but great recovery there. Takes him out, no problem.
Yeah, is there a spoon you can grab before that fight, or is this the last spoon in the stage where Rose City Saint is?
Yeah, that's the last one. Normally, the technique in this level is spoonless. You just go pan the whole time.
Okay. So we're on the 5th stage here, and follow me here, Buzz. This might be a little bit hard to figure out, and screw that fork to death ratio is pretty high, and that might have been intentional.
No, that was not intentional because he came in there with full health, I think.
Oh, did he? Okay, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought maybe he took that fork intentionally to die.
You do want to get hit to lose the fork as quickly as possible. However, yeah, he didn't want to land in the spike pit. It knocked him back into the spikes, which was not intentional. He wanted to lose the fork, but yeah, not the second part.
Are spikes all death, or is it only one heart?
That is a death in that case. So yeah, anytime you see a spike pit, those will be a full death. Interestingly enough, I saw D-Pad Danny running this game, and he did something like that, fell into the spike pit, but actually was able to save himself. He called it a frame perfect jump. So you can apparently, if you hit a jump on the right frame that you hit the spike pit with life left, you can jump out of it.
I feel like that's something the big 20 people that are in our tournament would know, and just the regular idiots like us who are practicing this game just wouldn't even know to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you would think, oh yeah, I'm going to jump out of the spike pit, but yeah, I saw somebody do it, so that's the reason why I know.
Yeah, I think that comes from knowledge sharing of the game and trading notes, reading into task notes, stuff like that. You can figure stuff like that out. JSR looked like he was going to go for the plate and then didn't hit the jump. This is stage 5, like I said before. It's the meat level, the meat course, and it's in the freezer, Buzz.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's where you keep the meat if you wanted to stay fresh over a long period of time. Apparently, this restaurant's not doing very well, so they have to keep their meat frozen. They can't just sell it immediately.
Yeah, well, I guess that, if you want to include the lore of the game, that would possibly make sense. Rose City Saint is in this stage. One of the harder jumps in the game, or just one of the hardest stages with jumping in the game, is right where JSR is right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky because you have to figure out the pattern of these popsicles. Popsicles they suck. They come up, they nab you. But as you can see, he's waiting for that platform. I don't have a problem doing that just because you don't want to risk jumping because there's so many spikes there that you can easily just die.
So popsicles suck. Nice pun.
Yes, thank you. I told you I didn't have time to practice, but I've come up with like 5 on the go.
Sexy ice cream time.
Yes, may or may not be a female. I mean, who knows? I'm voting drag, but that's just me. Spoon Strategies didn't get the plate, but does okay. Probably only a few seconds extra for doing the spoon instead of the plate strategy, so not bad.
Between spoon and plate, is that like bombs and bark in Wacky Race? JSR is playing the slot machine.
What is he? Oh man, what is he doing? Oh, he wanted to get a life refill before dessert. Wow,
he got it.
That's an interesting strategy.
And he got it. He got 3. Is there a way to manipulate that? Because that seems
I don't know.
Seems pretty odd. Honestly, he tried it and got it.
Yeah, there has to be, because that just reminds me of Super Mario Brothers 2, where I know that I can get 3 cherries every time. That's pretty easy to line it up, but I don't know about this game.
So
maybe you can.
Slot machine has 4 total prizes: 3 chef hats, and you get a 1-up; 3 dollar signs, and you get 10,000 points; 3 candies, and you get a heart refill. Not a total heart refill, but 1 heart refill. And if you get 3 lollipops, you get the full heart refill plus heart container. if you're not already at the maximum 4.
Yeah, a little suspicious that he got that on his first try, so, yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't even prepared to say that, but yeah, especially from him.
Well, yeah, I've never, I played it my first playthrough just because I didn't know any better, but I haven't played it since. And JSR is just walking through here.
Yeah, he's on the dessert course in the basement.
Yeah, those fish. Yeah, you can see they'll give you fits, and he just did some curse words.
And there's the worst jump in the game.
Oh, ouch!
You
Yes,
almost
he
have
did
to.
fall victim.
Yeah, you have to jump when your back foot is like almost ready to get off that platform. And
Yeah, the way I look at the back tip of the chef's hat, you know, the dig shape style chef's hat.
Right.
When that runs into the little black section at the end of that platform, that's what I use as a visual aid.
Rose City Saint melts Frozen Freda.
Nice.
I know. We're gonna get good at this.
See, if I tried to write it down.
We're gonna sell the book afterwards. It's gonna be like 20 pages long.
20 just puns.
Of just puns. Just for sexy ice cream.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I want to say JSR started this because in IRC before, when he was done practicing, he said, "All right, let's go." He said, "Let's go race time." No, race time. Lego. And I'm like, "All right."
Lego.
I'm like, "All right, cool." And he's like, "Get it?" I'm like, "No." Oh, and then I started laughing because I got it. But here's the final boss. No cool name for him. His name is just O-Dove.
Yeah, I mean, I always want to say Odo, but we can call him O-Dove.
O-Dove is
And again,
probably better.
He looks like some type of horribly mutilated Waluigi.
Waluigi is the preferred statement in the I don't know where I read this, but he's also like Snidely from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Okay, yeah, well, you know, you say wacky races, you can kind of be that kind of guy with purple skin.
Oddly enough, JSR I think took the intentional death there, just so he didn't get too far into that fight.
I see. Not a terrible idea. A couple of that's a good strategy in this game is to take that death early, but that's the worst part of the game, where you just have to sit there and listen to Odo say a couple of I don't know, whatever he says, some stupid things before you take him out. And throw eggs at the balloon, and there you have it.
Yeah, it was a great race. It is our time to beat so far in the tournament. Time of 16 minutes and 29 seconds for GSR. He'll move on to 1-0. Rose City Saint will fall to 0-1, and Nurem and Ryan 7 are also in the same bracket that Rose City Saint's in and JSR.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look. We had a race just earlier. I didn't see that one. I'll have to go back and watch the VOD of that one. Don't spoil it for me.
No, I'm trying to keep it nice and fresh for fans. But we'll see if we can get JSR here.
Keep it fresh. Keep it in the meat level.
Rose City Saint may not be frozen. That might have been my doing.
He's not. I see. He's doing a little buzz internet right now.
Okay. No,
a little slideshow, but he's back now.
If I minimize the game capture, it kind of just pauses. So I thought maybe I did that. And we're joined by JSR. JSR, good game.
I have to admit, I had a little bit of an unfair advantage. We were warmed up from all those puns in the IRC, man. I was really feeling myself going in.
We
I mean, we waffled that, but you know what? I can't even keep a straight face.
Dude, as soon as I don't know what happened. I think it was the whole flip a table thing. I couldn't stop laughing. And I turned on my mic at that same moment I read that, and I started the stream with like 5 minutes of just silence, and you probably hear me giggling in the background. But no, good run. Take us through that. By the way, before you take us through the whole run, let me ask the two questions I want. First, you can give me a quick answer on this one. Intentional death to the final boss?
Yes, very intentional.
Okay. Second,
I didn't want to end up with egg on my face, so.
Oh, God.
When you got the fork in, I think it was stage 5, and you fell backwards into the spikes, was that intentional as well?
Semi. Normally, I end up with really bad my life is really low going into that stage. So if I have less than 2 hearts, I just take the death.
Okay.
You're forked. So I decided I was going to take the death there, but it was kind of an accident because I had full health and I can make it through with 3 hearts. So it was kind of like oh, well, I guess I'll just take it. It's whatever.
All right, so with that stuff out of the way, the questions, why don't you go ahead and just take us through this run versus your normal practice runs and all that?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Rose City Saint.
City, GG, sir.
Oh, thanks. I see you won, so good game to you. It would have taken better than my PB to beat you, so I guess I don't feel too badly about that.
Good game. What's your PB, just out of curiosity? I don't know
My
anybody's
PB
PB.
is somewhere in the high 17s, maybe.
Good though.
Mid 17s.
I just PB'd yesterday twice. I think my PB was 1709 until yesterday, and then I kind of was too tired to play Zelda, so I was like, I'll play Panic Restaurant. But
Excellent.
JSR is going to just take us through his run really quickly, then we'll get your side of the things.
Sure.
Rose City. Go right ahead, JSR.
This is the first time I've ever raced a game that I don't feel entirely proficient at, so I was a little nervous. And it showed in level 1. I made a lot of mistakes, but by the middle of the game, I was pretty calm. And I was kind of doing safe strats on some of this stuff. Like the hamburger, I've been practicing the quick kill. And I've gotten it to the point where I can get it, but at that point, I didn't want to make any mistakes. So I just, even though I've got beef with that guy, I didn't want him to kick my buns. So, and I, if you make too many risks in this game, your opponent will catch up. So, I'm sorry, I'm done. I got to stop. I'm sorry. But no, all in all, though, I'm glad to have gotten this tournament off on the right foot.
That doesn't sound like a good pun.
No, that wasn't a pun.
You got this tournament started under a good, hearty, nutritional breakfast, something like that. Complete.
It was an excellent start.
There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you were looking good at the beginning, and then it was over easy.
Well, if you don't do good in this, you end up panned by everybody who watches. So you have to.
That's that.
Stop.
The chat wants to know how you rigged the slot machine.
Oh, that's the first time I've ever won the slot machine. I was mashing start, and then I was like, fuck. And then I was like, oh, sweet. Sorry, I can curse on you, right? My bad.
Whatever.
Curse. Edit that in post. We'll be all right.
Yeah, well, we're good. We're fine. We're live, pal. But we're fine. No, we thought you maybe did it intentionally, especially since the result. Then we're like, wait a second. Does he know how to fix the slot machine? And did he get buzzes like... Yeah.
I think we figured out the manipulation for the slots finally. It's mash start and then say fuck, and that's how you win. It's exactly the manipulation. It's RNG dependent, but it's also frame perfect.
That sounds good. There's one spot though where and we'll segue into Rose City Saint for this one. There's one spot in the stage 5, I believe it is, where you can do the skip. Like a damage boost skip, and I never see you go for that, JSR. Do you like just to take a page out of a Dragon Warrior randomizer post game interview playbook? What the hell's wrong with you? Do you know how to do that or not?
I actually do not have any idea what you're talking about.
Okay, there's the area where you're jumping up on the left side of the screen. You're going up the ladders, and the toasters are there. There's the one where you jump over a blue box and then jump to the side and then kind of climb up and then jump to the left, where a toaster above you is also shooting toast down at you that you can't see off screen. You can take a damage boost there and actually get on top of the ledge. And Rose City Saint tried it, and Puke7 actually did it earlier on. And we were talking about, like, it seems like the people in the Big Two practice the Big 20 know this kind of stuff, and it just seems like regular people, everyday folk like me, don't. You really didn't know about that?
I really didn't.
Okay.
When I first started learning this game, I was actually preparing for the Big 20. I've decided since I'm not going to participate, but this was one of the first games because I knew it was going to be in this tournament that I started picking up. And I didn't find any tutorials or anything about this game. I just old record, not the one he just did like yesterday, but the other one, and tried my best to emulate what he was doing. But I guess I missed some stuff.
Yeah, there's one damage boost. Rose City Sane, how did you discover that boost?
The damage boost, I learned it by watching Coach. I saw him do it on stream. He made it look completely effortless, and he explained it as you just jump and it goes, and I tried it, and I failed very, very badly. I have no idea really what the trick is. I've tried it maybe a dozen times, and I've never gotten it.
Looked like you got knocked backwards instead of forward, so maybe it's in the direction you're facing when you jump.
Yeah, that could be. Maybe next time I'll have to try facing the reverse direction. I really don't know.
Yeah, the key is to have your back to the toaster, like with your back up against the wall there, and you need to jump the right time. It's honestly, in this format, it probably doesn't help that much because it might save a max of 1 or 2 seconds, I'm guessing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but in a
I don't know if I've got a
PB
save state.
in a PB setting, you can probably that's probably how you reach your PB. And in race, you probably do want to go around. But take us through the rest of the run there for you. Was this your best time? You said earlier?
No, not really. I've had a time in the maybe the mid, like maybe 17:35 or something like that. So I've done a little bit better. Yeah, it was my first shit tournament, so I was a little bit nervous. Plus, I'm it's no secret I'm kind of attracted to the ice cream cone, so I get a little flummoxed when I'm in the press. And so, as you can tell, like, if you look back, like I got bopped around there pretty good. Minimum 5-second loss. But I still love you, ice cream. We can still do this.
It's worth debating because we played roller games and then we debated because the hot flash chick in roller games is pretty sexy for an 8-bit. Sexy ice cream might be up there too. I don't know.
Even if the ice cream turns me down, those carrots are nothing to sneeze at. You understand?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man. If you like that, the roller games, you just get hypnotized by those hips.
Really? No kidding. I'll have to check that out sometime.
Oh, for sure.
I only saw bits and pieces when you guys were playing it the first time around. I'll have to go back and check it out.
I turned on Puke7.
That's why everyone was falling in the water. That's why everyone was falling in the water. They were just staring at her. They couldn't concentrate on on what they were doing.
Well, they were like, I wonder what those would look like wet. Let's jump in the water.
So when I turned Puke7 stream on earlier for the first race, the first thing I see in chat was the carrots look like hookers. I'm like, oh god. I'm like, we started. Tournament's underway.
This is awesome. Oh man.
Actually,
I'll head out of the room. But before I go, I just wanted to say thank you guys for putting on the tournament and for letting me participate this time around. And Rose City, thank you for the race.
You're welcome. Good game, JSR.
GG, sir. I'm hungry all of a sudden. I'm not sure why, so I'm gonna go get some food, you guys. But thank you very much. I'll catch the next race. What time's the next race, Larry?
I believe. Thank you for the non-planned segue here. We got 3 more races later. They're on Puke7's channel. That's twitch.tv/Puke and the number 7. It is at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Buzz Thunder versus Post-it Note Not Found. At 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, it's Link 7s versus Choke Me I Like It. And at midnight Eastern Time, it's Buzz Thunder versus Choke Me I Like It. This is a little round robin here. We got a little menage at 3-way in the B group, in the upper deck, the real players, where the real players are. And Joshy D and Bent Glass Tube and Choke Me I Like It are there too. So JSR, thank you for joining us, and enjoy your food, man.
Yes, sir.
Rose City saying anything else? We cut you off there a few times. Anything else you want to talk about with your run?
No, it just makes me uncomfortable to play anything other than Zelda 2 Randomizer, so I'll get used to it though.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, it's not really.
Again, Zelda 2 Randomizer makes me uncomfortable too now, so we'll have to see how it goes.
You just have to beat 2 people, and you don't.
Yeah. I figure. I mean, I honestly don't have a good feel for this tournament yet, or how my times are going to stack up. I don't want to be the ultimate loser. I'm not sure if my times are going to put me in that range, or if I'm probably going to be safe from that humiliation. We'll see.
Buzz, what do you think 1849 stacks up in the skill set of the people you've seen play so far?
I think that's a decent time because really it's really hard to gauge from what I've seen. I mean, as far as like public display of learning this game, I think me and Coach are the only people who are outwardly like getting better time. So I don't think there's anything. I think a sub 20 is a solid time. So you're probably okay.
But
Could
could you guys tell me what the times were on the other race? The winning and losing times. Do you remember?
I don't want to spoil it for the people who
Okay.
1 second. Yeah, I'll post it in Discord so I don't spoil it for anybody watching now that may want to, and that Buzz is going to watch back as well, so I don't want to.
All right, sorry about that. Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, no problem at all. It's a valid question. But 18 is I would say a good time. I would say like if you took the average of the 16 people in the tournament, I would say maybe it's like 7th maybe overall.
Well, I can live with that. Anything that keeps me away from the humiliation is just fine.
Yeah.
I'll try to improve on that. I'm playing to win, but that's comforting to hear.
Yeah, we don't know how exactly the humiliation is going to fall in the cesspool. But Alan was 0-4 in the Zelda 2 randomizer tournament, and Ryan 7 has a kid I want to punch, so probably it's going to be between them two.
Yeah, I hear you on that, but careful picking a fight with her. She's shifty.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get my ass kicked, but we're going to try it. We're going to try it anyway. We're going to stream it IRL and see if anybody watches. But yeah, thanks for the race, Rose City Saint. Thanks for doing it on day number 1, and good luck to you in the next 2 races.
Sure, I'm enjoying participating. Thanks.
No problem at all. Buzz, any final words here? Any what would we call this? The after dinner mint?
Yeah, we could call this the coffee. Yeah, I don't know.
Tea time with Buzz Thunder.
Tea time with Buzz Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know. I've had my fill, honestly. No, I haven't. That was just the. Sorry. Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm ready to. I've got a double serving coming up later, so I'm ready.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna have a course, a race, and then you're gonna have like an intermezzo in the middle where you're gonna take a break for a little while. Then you're gonna have another dish right after that. It's gonna be a good night for you.
Yeah, basically, it should be all right.
All right,
just don't look at the ice cream. She's spoken for.
Ice cream spoken for. I don't think Buzz is a big fan of the ice cream. You can listen to the restream to find out why. But Buzz, thanks for joining me.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, and you can go to 2222. As I pull it up right there, you can go to the challenge page, challengewithano.com/SHIT03. And you can check out all of our results, schedule, information, rules, and maybe even some information on how to apply for next season in case we have any dropouts or plans to expand. But until then, make sure you join Puke7 tonight at 11 p.m. That's in an hour and a half, and there's going to be a triple header on his stream. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you then.